welcome to Castanet Penticton's Mayor's Minute. I'm Colin Dacre, joined here by the Mayor, Andrew Jacobite.
Hello.
So this week at City Council, the city decided to kind of aggressively pursue some of the unlicensed Airbnb, VRBO, short-term vacation rentals in the city by initially hiring an outside firm to kind of track them down, and then the city will take it from there to ensure compliance. Now, the city's kind of tinkered with regulating these, well, they have regulated them, requiring them to have a business license over the past, was it almost 18 months now. But I mean, this is a bit more of an aggressive stance. So I mean, you just talk about, is this a situation that you've heard is, I guess, getting worse, deteriorating, or is bylaw have their hands full with some of these properties? Or just talk about where this comes from.
Well, you know, there's about 300 plus vacation rentals right now, and you know, over half of that is are unsanctioned or unlicensed, and so. You know, that represents almost $55,000 that the city is not getting, and so we want to get some compliance on that, because, you know, first of all, from a safety factor, we want to make sure the visitor experience is good when people come here, that you know, there's railings and smoke detectors and a positive experience for them. Also, perhaps one of the main reasons they're coming here is because of the various tourism initiatives, so they should be helping fund some tourism initiatives, and that's where some of those monies come into play. And I think in the past it's been trying to create a level playing field amongst the other hospitality operators, and also within the community. You know, certainly people might be curious about operating a short-term vacation rental, and so how do we make sure that they're going to be good neighbors within the community, and so that's where some of these regulations started to come into play, and policies, and we've for the summer season shifted our bylaw into the evening, you know, Tuesday through Saturday, to help deal with various bylaw issues, and so no, it's not hasn't changed much significantly, other than coming to the forefront, and you know, $55,000 is a good chunk of change that we should be getting, and we need to be making sure that those who want to operate a short-term vacation rental are doing it in a manner that is not going to be upsetting to the community, the neighborhood, and that providing a safe environment for people to enjoy our beautiful city and surroundings.
When these it's only homeowners that rent it out for more than 14 days a year. When they do register, so are they actually inspected by the city for that safety? Yeah. Yeah.
So we will come out and inspect and give them sort of a list that they need to improve on, and those who, when it's identified that they're listing that and they're unsolicited, you know, our intention isn't to be heavy-handed at once, but we will make them aware of their non-compliance, and you know, should they not, and give them a time frame to become compliant. Should they choose not to do that, well then we can actually fine them up to $500 a day, and you know, I would think regardless of how much money you're making on a vacation, that's significant, and to spend, you know, under $200 and to be licensed, and I think it's $200 or $250 for the tourism fee. You know, you make that up in one night usually for a lot of locations, and so it's really probably the right thing to do. Most people are aware that they need to comply. They haven't been pushed because it's been more complaint driven. You know, now we are going to have a third party identify those who are listing and continuing to list that aren't registered, and get them to educate them on what they need to do to get registered, and have them registered. So again, visitors who want to come, and not everyone wants a short-term rental or a vacation rental home as their option when they come here, but when they do, that they have a positive experience with a home that's safe, and they can really enjoy Penticton and hopefully come again.
In terms of timelines, I guess the company hasn't been hired yet, but I mean, is this just going to be an ongoing process, like a push throughout the summer? I mean, throughout peak season when most of these are going to be rented, or is this when real effort's going to take place, or is it going to persist? No,
the intention is to get going on it right away, and fortunately we've had 3 companies that have approached the city, and that's how we know there's a little over 300 listings. So it's going back to them and saying, hey, what's your final price? And getting that, finding what is the most competitive bid, and going with that company. And we want to do that in a very short period of time so we can track it during the hot season of the summer.
All right, that was this week's Castanet Penticton's Mayor's Minute. If you have a question you'd like to submit, you can send it to letters@castanet.net. Until next time.